Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Alexander, also known as Zandrievitz, and today I will continue on my ongoing playthrough of a game called Grim Dawn on Hardcore Ultimate. I am playing a physical necromancer combination between physical death knight between soldier and necromancer. And today I wanted to test something new on this stream. I am still going to sadly continue farming for ether shards as well as tonic seals. I wanted to test this new devotion setup that I have made, including Bone Harvest, Soul Harvest, as well as Dread, and instead of Warcry, Ill Omen. That's when it comes to skill, you might wanna ask, so why you picked Ill Omen? The thing is pretty simple. As you see right here, 100 vitality damage converted to physical damage from a belt, which means that every time I'm using I'll show on the training dummy. Every time I'm using the Bone Harvest, I'll get a bonus towards physical damage, like a lot of bonuses towards physical damage. And also, when it comes to devotion parts, I have decided to test this new devotion thing. The only thing that I have removed is Behemoth and Hawk in favor of Assassin Blade, and its proc I have decided to put onto the Force Wave and Tools Out Decree to have more resistances, which I am desperately in need, to be honest, and like I said, more physical damage is not going to hurt. If you want to check like other parts of my playthrough, you can do this on my Twitch video on demand channel, either on my YouTube channel. All the links are in the description. If you are a beginner and you want to check my new guide, well, quote-unquote new, well, concerning tips and tricks of Grim Dawn when it comes to some of the boss's most deadliest attacks, as well as resistances that you must have at certain period of the game, and also what you can neglect, you can check this video on my YouTube channel. The video is being called Grim Dawn Tips and Tricks. And right now, without further ado, let's continue to farm. I also want to check what will be the difference in terms of my overall damage output. Sadly, I also needed to remove crap. Well, wait a second, let me double check everything has picked. So this one has in used. I also had removed crap just to see whether or not I will be able to have some faster clearing speed. Don't get me wrong, if something goes wrong, I'll immediately switch back to my old build that I was using. It's just for now, since I am farming, I decided to utilize the other person's build, let's say to speed things up a bit. Alright, so I definitely see the advantages of utilizing Ill Omen in favor of Warcry. When it comes to devotion proccing, they are not that different, to be honest. I just wanted to play a bit safe for now, since I am lacking some of those resistances, as well as shields, but nonetheless I already see the difference when it comes to damage part. My devotion proc are recharging a lot faster, as well as things are dying a lot faster. But, as a downside, I'm also seeing that I become quite squishier. So far, I just need to get used to this setup. Alright, let me actually double check. Did I put everything correctly? So, Kraken, Wayward Soul, this thing, Hammer. Yep. So let's go on to the next farming part, which is Warden Laboratory. Yeah, for now those new devotions are not that useful. Just because I haven't leveled them up that much. Alright. An elite. You might wanna ask, like, why am I using the bone attack on left mouse button when I am playing physical build? Well, it's pretty simple. My belt has 100% conversion of from vitality onto the from vitality damage onto physical damage, so this is the sole reason why I am using this bone harvesting. Yeah, like things are dying faster for 20 to 30%, that's good. Alright, I reached the dead end. So once again, the goal for this stream, as well as for the previous, the same was from the previous stream, farm up those lacking components. I do believe I need to craft one more Tainted Heart, as well as one more Tainted Heart, as well as Spell Scorched Plating. And only after it I'll go on to the Ashes of Mammoth DLC and Ultimate. And since I also changed my devotion setup a bit to... Alright, let's not kill him while his aura is up. Let's wait a bit, Alright, perhaps now I can do it. Let's run into this room. Yep, that was a good call, just to wait a bit. Since Reflective is definitely vulnerable against... Excuse me, the Internal Trauma is vulnerable against Reflective enemies. Alright, this guy... I'm not used to, for now, utilizing the Bone Harvest ability to proc Ulzad's Decree, and also to gain my bonus physical damage, so forgive me if I'm a little bit rusty when it comes to those skills. Alright, Warden Creek, let's see how well you will fare against Ill Omens. If I will not like this Ill Omen thing, that I will switch back again to Warcry. Alright, then let's get back to this portal and run back a little bit just to farm up those Ether Shards. Alright, Ulzad's Decree is doing work, I see. I mainly, like I said, Bone Harvest just for vitality damage that is converted into the physical damage. And when it comes to Assassin Mark, its main usage is just to yet further reduce physical resistance of target. But I do believe I need time to get used to those new setup. I am wondering, some people told me that Hillman procs in AoE the same way as Warcry ability, so is it though? I mean, I do not see that many skeletons from it, to be honest. And I did attach my Revenant to it. I'll stop just for a second. Perhaps I read this thing wrong. Let's see. Heal Omen. 2-meter target area. Oh. So the area is not that far reaching. So this is why I do not see it proc. I mean, those skeletons running from Revenant that often. Fine. So after this, let's go to Old Arkovia, and after a visit in one mine, I'll go straight to Crownless hideout. Yeah, things are definitely dying way faster than they used to. Because for farming purposes, I believe that's the key. I should have run all the way down there. Yeah, so for now I do not see the benefits of Ill Omen, to be honest, when it comes to in comparison with Warcry. I'd much rather have Warcry with me than Ill Omen, but let's test for a bit. Wait, what? How did... Oh. So this guy with his rat is actually not here, so which means he's in that area. Wait, what? Yep, continue to go. Wait, did I kill him? Or I just missed him? No, I missed him completely. Fine. I got blocked with my skills. With all my skills. Alright, onto the Crownless Rift. Yeah, to be honest, guys, I do not like that much Ill Omen ability. I'd rather have back my Warcry, because Ill Omen only works in 2-meter area. When it comes to Bone Harvest, yeah, I see its benefits. This setup is more dedicated catering, however you wanna put it, towards farming rather than boss killing and whatnot. So this is why I'm testing it. Alright, let's move from the thing that he just threw at me. Let's check those bees. Yeah, I see that Ill Omen can be more spammable than a Force Wave. It's just that 2-meter radius for me, it's like... It would be better if radius was increased a bit. Like, will it work if I'm not... Yeah, it will work if I do not click on one target. So I just can run and press it and it will work by itself. Alright. Also, if you have any questions like concerning this game in general or just concerning my character or overall gaming experience, you freely can ask. I will do my best to answer them. Alright, Cronley, your turn. Yeah, sadly I cannot kill you through the shield. I'll use my Markfall. So now your shield is gone, let's see. Let me back a bit. Yeah, I am definitely not used to pressing those buttons in a consequence, in certain order. Like I need to first debuff with Ill Omen, then utilize Bone Harvest in order to proc its buff. And only after it starts to wail on them with the Force Wave. And also utilize this stomp thing. I know what I can do. E button and R button does not give me anything. Oh, and this button can be used as well, because I just click on this. Let's see. So instead of 5 and 7, I'll use Q and E. Oops, wrong button. And so let me remap quickly some stuff. So I want this to be Ill Omen. This is going to be Creek's Rat. And this is going to be my Mark of Torment. Sorry guys that I have to do this right now. It's just, like I said, despite the fact that being at level 100 and playing with the ultimate difficulty, I still consider myself a beginner player, so... And let's pick here elixir in case I will ever need it. So let's go to Twin Falls. Because by the looks of it, I practically can utilize Q, W, and E as soon as they are off cooldown. Well, if not Q, if not Mark of Torment, then the other two definitely. Yep, they are dying way faster with this devotion setup. I still do not understand that much the benefits of Hillman, but oh well. I'll run this component farm a couple of times and then I'll share my opinion. Yeah, so Ill Omen basically needs to proc before it will take any form of effect. Yeah, I see my scale is still popping up, so that's all good. It's just the fact that it has... Wait, can this... It's the wrong skill. Can this increase its radius? Oh, I'm reading into the wrong skill, never mind. Radius cannot be increased. So it always will be 2-meter area. Fine, fine. So after this I'll go to Broken Hills. So far at the previous stream I basically did the same thing. The only problem was that Mythical Relic, which I'm wearing called Doom, took almost all of my resources from me. So I was able to craft only one tainted heart and put it on my amulet. That's the general advice, folks. So believe it or not, you have to have a lot of those components, so on and so forth, even the low level ones. Just for the fact that you'll be lacking so much later on. You'll be needing them so much, excuse me, not lacking. You'll be lacking them in case you'll be just like me and use those ether crystals as well as tonic seals early on and on elite difficulty. Alright, those are regular mobs. I don't even know why I stand there and try to hit them. And like I usually do, I just ran around a bit to see whether or not an elite or two will be popping on around here. Regular skellies, let's not skip this chipped claw. And let's face against this guardian. So hopefully he should go down way faster than before. Yeah, but I'm not gonna, still not going to stand against all of his hits. Got interesting shoulders, to be honest. I mean, Targo, I haven't got them before. Yeah, it's just I changed the setup, and for now I'm running with some new skills, mostly old ones. So in favor of Warcry, I have picked Ill Omen. And for the rest, I decided to go with the Bone Harvest, with the 1, 1, and 12 setup. Why? Because, as you can see, my belt converts 100% vitality damage to physical damage. This means that this damage that I'm getting, flat vitality damage, instantly becomes physical. So it boosts my damage to a new level. That's one thing. And the other thing is that I have changed the devotion setup. Well, it just cost the one bottle that you have. I had 8 of them for this point. And for farming purposes, let's just say for now, I do not know how well it will perform. I ditched Crab Constellation and Behemoth Constellation in favor of Ulzad Decree, and I attached the Bone Harvest to Ulzad Decree, and in favor of Assassin's Blade, which procs 100% chance on crit. So more physical resistance means more damage, means way faster farm route. And I also put those 2 extra points into the Azraka to have even more physical damage, some health and armor. Sadly, I do not have more points, because it seems like it's good constellation, all in all, but I cannot complete it fully just because I do not have the capabilities to unlock yet more offensive skill. Oh, it can proc from Krieg's Rat? Yeah, so I was explaining earlier on how I have used some of the guys' setup, played basically same physical Death Knight, but he just advised you to focus more on damage, especially when you're doing that not that dangerous road stuff, so you do not need such devotion for now, like Crab, which I had, and Behemoth, which I had previously. So I am trying it for now, and to be honest, if something doesn't suit me that much or will go wrong, so I just reverse the order and remove the Ulzad Decree and Assassin's Blade, so once again to pick up Crab and Behemoth. But when it comes to Ill Omen versus Warcry, I see that, yes, Ill Omen procs devotions more efficiently by the looks of it. My skeleton starts to come out way faster than they are used to, meaning even from Force Wave, but the only thing that disappoints me a bit is the radius of Ill Omen. I just got used to Warcry being so having that big of a radius, so for me having 2-meter radius right now. Oh, so you mean it's like a, how should I put it, dot damage from, I have played MMORPGs before, and you have their dot damage which spreads to nearby targets. I assume the same thing happens with the Ill Omen. Interesting. Well, at least it's good to know. Because I was having some doubts in my mind that, like... Well, nonetheless, thank you for elaborating on it. Oh, so now I see. Yep, you was definitely right. You know what else I could try? Sadly, I do not have my ether crystals. I could ditch the hammer constellation. You know what? I could ditch the hammer constellation in favor of... Let's just see how many points. 3 points, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, I cannot reach its proc yet. I was thinking about ditching the hammer constellation in favor of Azraka. Oh, never mind, I cannot do it. Azraka needs 12. Because I was looking like I can proc Azraka ability from Krieg's Red. And it would be useful in my opinion, but nope, I do not have enough points. So this time I'll go onto the Respector Trail. Yeah, so like I said before, I get this resistance reduction not from this time, not from Warcry, but from Assassin's Mark, because previously I did not have this Assassin's Mark constellation. Alright, let's see. So right here I'm looking for treasure trove. Yeah, the thing is that for some reason my chat settings decide to put Assassin's Mark as a foul language. I do not know why it bugs out this way. To be honest, when I try to use the same word, it also shows that it blocks my own messages, so that's weird. I might have to look it up, those settings. Yep. Perhaps. Alright, so treasure trove. I ran completely in the wrong direction. I should have ran here. Yeah, so the thing is about Assassin's Mark, I do crit a lot, either from my Force Wave attack or from my Krieg's Red, so on and so forth. So I decided to, well, I quote-unquote decided to adjust the constellation that I was watching on from some guy who basically recommended it for the farm route, so this is why I'm trying it right now. Because I honestly didn't run with this setup before. Alright, so found the treasure trove. Let's open it. Also my neighbors just... Yep. Yeah, it's just I have decided to switch things up a bit just to see, especially since this is just a farming round. I mean, what could happen on a farming round? Even I have fought Ethereal Nemesis before, and I already know what he can do, so I do not expect any great challenges just on farming those components, especially in the main campaign. So like I said, just to speed things up, especially when it comes to killing monsters, bosses, and picking up their items. Yeah, I see no harm in trying out new stuff, especially since I have 7 more battles to reset devotion points, so that's that. I already see when it comes to my damage output that things are dying 20 to 30% faster. So yeah, it's good in my opinion when it comes to farming stuff. And excuse me if you hear on the background hammer noises, it's just my neighbors decided to do some repair works on first floor right under me, so apologize in advance. And also thank you for follow. When it comes to what I am trying to achieve, so let me show it to you quickly. I already have most of my end game components. I do need to work on crafting yet another tainted heart, and I'll put it onto the amulet instead of my ward stone, and then to compensate the loss of my elemental resistances, I will put on my gloves instead of this anti-venom self, which I honestly do not need to wear. I'll put the spell scorched plating. So those are my 2 goals, and only after it, I think, I do not know for sure, that I am ready for Ashes of Melmoth at the ultimate difficulty. When it comes to vanilla campaign, I already cleared its content on ultimate difficulty, but not yet the DLCs. Yeah, like, it's just after I was beating the Bastion of Chaos on ultimate difficulty, things right there do not feel for me as smoothly as I would like to. Or perhaps it's just the difficulty purposes. Like, I had there 120% vitality resistance, and yet still, just from one pull and also 112% chaos resistance, and just from one pull from regular demon, my HP dropped significantly. So this is why I decided to take some time, at least to farm those high-level ingredient components. And also, like, believe it or not, I have done this one stream already with the same length. I mean, it took like 4 hours and 15 minutes, and I crafted 2 things. Let me exactly show it to you. So I crafted where most of my components that I have collected through the farm went. I crafted this relic, Doom. It's a very good relic, if you ask me, for soldier, but it took hell of a lot of resources. Yep, I agree. Its proc is actually pretty good. I just, as a new player, and I'm playing this game for like 3 weeks. Well, this is the 3rd week actually. I do not expect to, first of all, have so much to put on when it comes to crafting this mythical relic, and secondly, I did not expect that low-level ingredients or components, such as those ether shards, as well as Chthonic Seals of Binding, are going to be that useful at the ultimate stages of the game. I honestly thought back then at normal and elite that there will be yet another component, so I do not need that much tonic seals of binding and ether shards, so I wasted them, most of them. So this is why I am forced to do this sort of thing. Yeah, it's the thing is I have all of those skills in my bar. I just try to separate them. I mean, the active skills on Q, W, and E are in this direction, and those ones such as Ether Cluster and Pod, so on, separate. So it's not like I'm... Oh, so... Wow, I'm such a newbie. Thank you. Oh my god, I didn't... Yeah. Thank you for noticing it. I honestly, like... Sure. This is ridiculous. Played one stream with this relic and forgot to put the skill in here. Fine, let's mark it on the R then. So instead of 8, it will be on R. Wow, just no comment, honestly. I just played most of my playthrough with relic called Juggernaut, and yep, and Juggernaut does not have any active skill. So this is why I am a little bit surprised when it comes to Doom having its own procable skill. Should have ran more intensively. But you are right, it happens. Actually, since it's a semi-spammable skill, I'll do this thing as well as switch it up a little bit. Well, let it be your quote-unquote hint. Even the one who reached level 100 with certain character does not always know everything about this game, especially when it comes to those procable relics, items, so on and so forth. Let's remove this trash from my way, and then let's fight with those guys. Not two at a time, though. Yeah, exactly. I believe you are absolutely right. I mean, I asked another viewer on my previous stream what does those orange number means. I am seeing them from time to time. I mean, not often, but occasionally. And he explained it to me that those orange numbers are like double crit numbers that you are dealing. But because I did not know what it means. So my inventory is full. I need to learn this, and I need to go back to town to sell some stuff. Yeah, at this point I'm using vendor just for selling stuff. I am not even looking at the items that I am collecting unless it's high level like 94 legendaries, because most of the stuff I just sell. I think I sold the crafting component. Yep, I did. Let's not do it. Oh, alright. Well, yeah, because previously I had played, I believe Diablo 3, if I'm not mistaken, has the same mechanic. I mean, it shows you the double crit if you are dealing damage. But in Grim Dawn, I practically didn't know until this point what it means, so this is why I was asking it. Oh, and also the thing that I'm doing right now while with farming all those components and stuff, I also know that you can do the same thing only on Crucible or Shattered Realm, but there's a catch. To get a good rewards either via items or blueprints slash components, you need to be on the higher level. I mean, on the Crucible, people recommend you to be at the, if not 150, then closer to it, but I do not recall its tiers. I mean, there's Novice, Warrior, or Gladiator. I do not recall how exactly it is being called right now. And on Shattered Realm, you basically need to start looking for good, and good I mean in vast quantities, good drop from level 60. And to be honest, I do not think that my character, well, perhaps on not on ultimate, I mean perhaps on elite, but definitely not on ultimate, he's capable of doing those stuff just yet. Shattered Realms and Crucible, I haven't even touched those game mods, to be honest. I played just through the through campaign. Alright, so it's more dependent on the... I believe I do. You can post a link and I'll watch later. I believe I does not... Oh, never mind, so I haven't. Well, I'll look it up later on with some guides, but nonetheless... Or perhaps I'll look even through your messages once I'll figure this with bot moderator program, how the things work there. But do not worry, I'll look what you have posted. It's just now I cannot open it because I believe bot program for chat only. But still, thank you for sharing this link. I'll look it up later. So. Can I craft at least one tainted heart? I believe I sadly cannot. Let's check. I need 4 rotten hearts. Oh, never mind. I can craft 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's craft this tainted heart. And I'll put it instead of this ward stone. Yeah, because I believe having 125 ether resistance is not enough. And like I said, I'll recompensate my losses from elemental resistance by creating spell scorched plating and put it on top of my gloves. So what was on my amulet also? Arcanum dust. Also, believe it or not, I actually think that you need everything on ultimate from previous friendly factions, so I decided to bot everything and fill up all of my personal stashes. from every friendly faction. So let's type Arcanum. That's not the thing. This is the one. And let's use this inventor lady. Let's not accidentally click on keeping the add-on. Let's keep the item. Alright, and put on here first the Tainted Heart and then the Arcanum Dust. Fine, so let me double check what do I need for Spell Scorch Plating. Type it wrong. I need 4 runestones. And I believe for crafting them I basically need... Yep, I need a lot of those ether crystals. To be honest, in case I just need those ether crystals, I can log out and log in back into the game and just do the Warden Cellar back and forward a couple of times to collect them all. Because I believe it's the easiest and fastest way. Alright, let's go straight to the Warden's lab. I usually go to Warden Creek, kill him, and then I'll teleport back. And from there I'll run and destroy those ether clusters. Oh, and this area is also good if you, in my opinion, because Nemesis from time to time spawns here. I already killed him at the previous run, I believe. At the previous stream, like 2 or 3 times. Alright, let's check whether or not an elite had spawned. Nope. When it comes to, like, in general, my plan towards ultimate is to complete the rest of the DLC stuff. And after it, I will try, well, after I'll beat the DLC, I'll try to check also the Crucible mode and as well as Shattered Realm. 2 elites, that's good actually. Yeah, things are dying way faster with this devotion setup, I am not gonna lie. Oh, and also in case you're wondering, I am wearing full set of Creek armor. I am aware that is dealing physical damage, you have also other alternatives. It's just, as I found out as a beginner player, it is easier to, especially as a Death Knight character, to farm up Creek set. I believe 2 alternatives would be the Warborn or Octavius set, as people have told me on forums and viewers. But the thing is, I haven't even looked how Warborn looks like. And when it comes to, excuse me, Octavius set, I haven't even checked how it looks like. And when it comes to Warborn, I only have, at this point, only, I believe, shoulders. And to be more precise, it took me like 5.5 hours of farming to farm up my Creek set. And I also have duplicates. mainly in form of gloves and helmet. Right, Warden Creek. Oh, and also I believe the game hints by showing on my screen like new illusion added that I hadn't picked up this item before, and this is a new item for me. I believe it works this way. I also like to observe such, well, in this game, such specific nuances as sometimes different patterns, or in general, like more faster attacks when it comes to difficulty difference. I mean, if I'm being precise, I can tell you that, for example, Theoden Marcel at elite difficulty summons at his first phase way more mobs for the help, for his help. And he, at the third phase, he uses his spells way faster. From which he used to do it on normal difficulty. Right, no crystals here. Let me check this corridor. Sometimes crystal will spawn, but sadly not today. Alright, so let me check how many have I got for this run. 15. So I believe one more run should be more than enough. Let's relog in once again. And go to the Warden Cellar once more. I mean, not the cellar, the laboratory. Cellar is the different area. Also, when it comes to my perhaps next characters that I had planned to do, for now, there are 4 options. I also need to check whether or not they are capable of playing, they are capable of completing the game content via self-found method, because my Death Knight, the one that I'm playing right now, I have picked up, gathered, and weared all of the items just by self-found method, because I am playing from a fresh account since I just bought this game like 3 weeks ago. Decided to stream it as well. So my choices, when it comes to new characters, are either Infiltrator. I have checked, it's a combination between Nightblade and Assassin. Shieldbreaker, combination between Old Keeper and I believe Demolitionist. Or Vitality Caster. Yep, so you are welcome at any time, and also thank you once again for sharing some of the game aspects information which I didn't know about. And I wish you all the best. Take care. You are welcome at any time. Let's see how many crystals will I get from this run. Alright, let's go into the creek once more. Yep, I am definitely not used to pressing those skills in the right order. But nonetheless, I am starting to get a hang of it a bit. That's good. From my opinion, you need to first press the Bone Harvest to proc its buff, so that all physical damage becomes, vitality damage becomes physical, and then you need to utilize your Ill Omen for Revenant proc, and then if you are fighting bosses or elites, use Mark of Torment, and only after it's Krieg's Threat, Doom Force, and then Force Wave. So far I haven't encountered Nemesis yet. I believe he's called the Valdran Storm. I always forgot his last word. Yep, so I see on my toolbar, like this thing, Soul Harvest, whenever it procs, because of my belt that converts 100% vitality damage into physical, I am receiving a lot of physical damage pluses. I do not see no skull on my minimap. A skull on my minimap, which will indicate the appearance of Nemesis boss. Perhaps he'll spawn right there or right at the top. Alright, so how many do I get? 29. Let's go in town and check whether or not it will be enough. So I believe I was needing 4 runestones. Oh, never mind. I also need... Wait, let me double check. So spell... Scorched plating. 4 runestones. What if I type elemental? Interesting. Yeah, the thing is, if I were to remove the poison, how will I lose? How much will I lose? 20%? That's not critical in my opinion. So 4 rune stones. In order to craft it, I need 3, 6, 9, 12. In order to craft 4 rune stones, 3, 6, 9, 12, I need 12 ward stones. So let's craft ward stones. I only can craft 11. Fine, which means I do need to run this thing again, sadly. Let's activate our auras. And let's go again into Warden's Laboratory. I need to go into the other corridor. I will check. So I will check for appearance of this elite always from the right in this right room, because he has a chance of appearing in this room. Oh, once again, I need to run through the center. And then to the top. I do need to, I believe, stop and clear from time to time those vast quantities of mobs just for to level my devotions, such as Mark of Assassin and Ulza's Decree. When it comes to Mark, I am used to it, as well as Ulza's Decree. For now, I'm just not used to Heal Omen and how it procs. Good thing that it levels though. Alright, and then let's fight against this guy before encountering Creek. Byron's Effigy, what's this? Legendary Offhand, level 94. Alright, Creek, here we go again. Alright. Yeah, I still am not used to pressing those skills in order. And TL mobs decided to show up only after I have killed their leader. Interesting fact. And let's not miss out on those ether clusters. Undying, I believe he will be reborn. Oh, never mind. I thought he will resurrect with full. Oh, alright. The Nemesis has just spawned. So gotta be extra careful around him and not waste all of my time and effort that were put into this character. And not stand like a moron just near him, kite him back, and using my skills. I said using my skills. Yeah, like keeping everything uptimed is kinda hard, at least for now, for me. Alright, let's use those things, and let's not get chain stunned by him. Yeah, perhaps I should use on a separate button, not on leftmost button, the... Alright, he proc my Mehnir's Will and I'm dead. Good job. Well, that's what you get when trying new devotion setup. Fine, fine. Alright, on to the new character. This was like a lesson when you try to hit a nemesis and he procs your Mehnir's Will. And now, despite the fact that he heals you, if you do not have a good way of returning your HP back or shields, you're still going to die. Fine.
Still drawing breath. He's
So now that these things happen, I could safely create yet another character, and not thinking more about the Death Knight and all the problems with the ultimate for now. Let's pick this rifle just to kill things quickly. All right. What do I think will work more? Either Oathkeeper or perhaps... Actually, let's do Shaman with Lightning. Let's try it at least. I never thought about this character, I just want to see whether or not he will do any good with the rifle in hand. That's for now. Let's see what will happen later on. Let me check one more thing, guys. Alright, so some time has passed, so I'll use this calm opportunity to say hi and welcome for all of those who has just tuned in. Whether you have watched my previous video on demand, previous streams, or in general want to watch some Grim Dawn content, nonetheless welcome. My name is Alexander, also known as Andrievitz, and I'm playing a game called Grim Dawn on hardcore difficulty. Right now I have decided to create a new character. You might want to ask why. The gist of it is just while trying out new constellation setup, new devotion setup, I got deleted and basically died through the Mehnir's Will on ultimate difficulty from previous Dead Knight character when I was attacked by Valdron, the nemesis from Material faction. You might wanna also add, but I was that tanky, so on and so forth. Yep, but also the thing is that when trying this new devotion setup, I removed tankiness in favor of damage, just to kill things a little bit quicker, and I paid for it. So this is what you see right now as a character. I do not... I will double check whether or not I will level this character up fully, or we'll try something new. That's still up to debate. I haven't even thought about picking up Shaman, just seeing what he can do. And for a variety as well, that's good, in my opinion. If you have some questions concerning game in general or some of the aspects, you are free to ask them. Also, if you are a beginner and want to know some specific nuances about which even seasoned veterans do not talk, I would recommend you to check my guide that I made, edited guide, called Grim Dawn Tips and Tricks. There I basically talked about boss's most deadliest attacks, as well as some of the resistances that you need at certain stages of the game, what you can neglect, and vice versa, what you need to have as soon as possible. So you can do it at your own leisure later on. As of for now, like I said, I am just trying to see what this character is capable of, at least on stream. At earlier stages, that is. Because, to be honest, I did not thinking about that I will lose yet another character that night, that is. Sadly, those things happen. Alright. Right now I have decided to level with the Shaman's, I believe it's called Primal Strike ability, with the two-handed ranged weapon. See how it will work. So far, damage is, by the looks of it, not bad in my opinion. Alright, let's pick those things up. These are better, those are same, and this hat I cannot actually wear right now. I do need this ability. So let's put 3 extra points there. And let's go to Hargate Isle. I assume it's the same thing with the Force Wave, you just go as fast as possible to the node that allows you to spam this ability rather than to have its cooldown effect on and off. It doesn't have that great of an AoE when it comes to Force Wave, at least for now, in comparison with Force Wave. But I believe later on things will change. Has good stun effect though. This is better than mine, same with this thing. So let's equip this and this one. Oh, and by the way, if you wanna know my opinion of how exactly and why precisely I have died, so my Mehnir's Will procced and I got 5 seconds of healing and I got 9000 HP left more. And after that, Valdron just teleported straight to me. He has the ability to do it, remind you. And he critted my character for 9000, cannot speak English, for 9000 HP. So that was sad and unfortunate end of a Death Knight character. And with all this being said, I am still planning to at least make some form of a overall like video when it comes to differences between elite / ultimate compared to normal difficulty. So stay tuned for it. I'll keep you updated on it. Yeah, so far, like, this, even at the level 1, the skill actually looks kinda nice. I'm talking about the Primal Strike skill from Shaman. And also the fact that it's ranged. I am used to, like, kiting stuff with the Force Wave, so I just pick whatever had more resemblance. Actually, I should have turned off the auto pickup. Not the auto pickup, just the appearance of vitality damage. The appearance of white items. So I need some cunning to wear it. Fine, let's level cunning a bit. Plus attack speed, always good. Put 1 point here so I can equip this helmet on. And let's throw those white items from my inventory so that I can pick those yellow ones. Equip yellow items and continue killing these slits. I believe right there was some sort of a bug or terrain difference, because I was hitting them but their HP wasn't moving at all. This skill, believe it or not, even at level 1 doing some good damage to monsters that are 2 level higher than me. With the force wave, it wasn't working that way. Alright, I am missing. Finally got him. Perhaps it's worth it just to put... So... Actually, let's see. Two-handed ranged weapon bonus and two-handed melee bonus. So perhaps 1 point here, 1 point here. What is this? So, devouring swarm, bleeding, resistance, nope. Slower target movement. This is... Oh, this is disconnected with auto attack, so let's not put this here. And Wind Devil. Now I'll do the following. So 1 here, 1 here, and then either here or at the mastery bar. Let's do 1 here. And like I said, for anyone who will be asking in the future, it's a bad idea to try a new devotion setup and facing Nemesis at the same time, especially if he procs like your last resort buttons such as Mehnir's Will. And I was genuinely, the thing was that I was genuinely hoping that my whoever thought that, well, let's not disrespect the other guys, but there were some guys that telling you that if you are proccing your Ghoul devotion as well as Mehnir's Will, then you are practically quote-unquote immortal. Nope, that's not what happened. What I saw, like, I got lower to 9000 HP with my Death Knight character, then my Mehnir Will procced, and I was hoping for it to continue regen my HP up to full, because I leveled 16 out of 16 there. And then Valdran, which is a nemesis from Material Faction, just teleported to me. He did 1 hit, and then I died. Unlucky crit? Yeah, possible, but 3000 defensive ability. Come on, what do you expect me to do there? More, let's just say. I have picked those white gloves. Let's throw them away. I mean, I cannot have the Mark of Torment up every time. Perhaps it wasn't. It was intended more towards softcore rather than hardcore, but this devotion setup, or it wasn't intended for it to fight against Nemesis. But nonetheless, let's not talk about it. Let's focus on my new, fresh created character, which I wasn't planned to do, but nonetheless, I want to see how it will go with this character. So far, I do like the Primal Strike. Even at level 2, it deals good damage. Does not waste the huge chunk of mana. Well, except for those rotting soldiers. But I believe it's because they have armor on them. Let's check the swamp area around here. Can I click on something? Yep, I can. And also, I'll repeat, despite dying, losing my hardcore character level 100, I will still make a video discussing the difference between Elite Ultimate and normal difficulty. I'll mainly touch the main campaign. I will exclude, well, I'll enumerate some of the things from DLCs, but when it comes to Ultimate difficulty, I'll just stick to main campaign when making this video up. Alright, clearing those crystals, little by little, piece by piece. I see a lot of block signs from this rotting soldier. That means that the Primal Strike ability can actually be blocked. I mean, if not initial damage, then perhaps lightning damage after it. Oh, and I forget completely to do this thing. Activate the Magdragon Pact for extra mana regen. When it comes to regular zombies, no problem. When it comes to rotting soldiers, they are a little bit tankier than I used to when compared to Force Wave. But I believe the thing is that since they have a shield, I assume that, and Primal Strike does not go, I believe Lightning does take into account your armor as well as resistances. So this means those guys with the shield will actually give you some trouble of dealing with them. At least at the earliest stages of the game. Oh, and also one advice that I have learned the hard way: do not try to test new devotion setups, especially in hardcore, and fighting Nemesis at the same time. So let's do one more, and actually let's do this 2 more here and 1 into Mastery Bar. I for now will not choose to level up that much attribute points, simply because I intend to wear a rifle with me, which by default means that I assume by default means that you need some cunning for you to wear it, judging by those items that I have picked up by my Dead Knight character. So I am missing quite a lot, and my mana sadly is running low, so I do need to utilize my mana pot right now. That wasn't so hard, actually. Physical damage converted to fire. I'll pick those. Oh, I cannot. So I need to teleport. Still need to teleport. 118 physique. So can I do 118 physique? I can. Let's teleport back and sell some stuff.
The dead a creature. I need some time to see anything you like.
Yeah, those ranged weapons are not that good for now, I assume. And also, I believe with Primal Strike, same thing will work as with Force Wave. You can safely rely mostly on your skill damage rather than on weapon damage. Right? Let's restore the shrine. Is this a little bit better? A little bit. Not by much, but a little bit worse when it comes to armor setup. And also, once again, I'll repeat this, I am testing out this character, whether or not he is worthy of a hardcore or not, so I do not know practically anything about whether he is self-hunt reliant or he requires a lot of farm for him to complete first two difficulties. I just went with my initial instincts after my previous Death Knight died, so I mean, the first devotions will be kind of similar, to be honest. I will be using, let's say, Ghoul, Kraken, since I am using two-hander. Perhaps even Eel. Let's type lightning. Let's see what it will show me. Lightning. Alright, so Ultas is definitely the way to go. That's one devotion. It needs 6 reds, 10 yellows, oh excuse me, not yellows, greens, and 10 blues. Anything more when it comes to lightning? What is this? Tempest. 5. And it has a proc on critical attack. Chance to stun. And electrocute. More on lightning. And Widow. So, in general, I'll be needing to move towards Altos, since he is the one of the devotions. I do not think that I'll be picking the Spear of Heavens, since it requires a lot more blues rather than Ultas. When it comes to Widow, I'll pick her up, but I do not know just yet. Have I collected the crystals? I did. Let's go back. Let's speak with you. I haven't leveled up yet. Now I will. Oh, and also I do have those mandates as well as experience potions. So it's not that bad that I lost my previous Death Knight, right? So like I said, one here, two more here. And perhaps let's do even one here. I am wondering of the fact that can I pick up those scrolls and start using them, and thus I will unlock my friendly factions that I haven't visited or opened just yet. I'll do it and I'll see what happens. I'll pick this scroll, use it. So what will happen, let's say, if I use the mandate of not Black Legion, not this one, Devil's Crossing. Has it been applied? It has, 150%. What about the next one will be Homestead. It hasn't been opened, but I assume I used it. Let's use every other one that I have collected. I mean, I do not know if I'm doing this wrong or right, but still. And let's pick up those potions, since I will use them also. So I have used those mandates, but... Oh, and also let's use the negative faction that I have picked. Yep. Yeah, perhaps I have done the wrong thing, but I assume nothing bad will happen. And let's use this. Let's actually pick up some more quests. From you as well. Well, let's go in. Let's use the experience potion, at least one of them. Oh, so it lasts 1 hour. Got it. Alright, so those guys are still blocking my damage quite a lot. Quite often, that's the better word to put it. The thing is, guys, that I will either be leveling up this shaman or any other character on hardcore. I just haven't decided I haven't decided yet. Wow, the skill take a lot of damage. I mean, not damage, mana. Or utilize it. Which means that I need to, as fast as possible, level up some points in mastery bars, so perhaps this wasn't that wrong of an idea. Because by leveling once, the skill actually performs kind of nice. I mean, putting 1 point into Lightning Strike and then 2 points into Mastery Bar. Let's see. Like I said, for now, I'm not touching those attribute points. I'm also looking for a better rifle. I also shouldn't have utilized this experience potion. Well, like I said, I do not know if I will be fully committed to the character or not. I'm just, let's say, testing the water will be the right way to call it. I do like how this ability looks and the way it damages enemies in a group. What's the second thing do? Affects to 3 targets. So more AoE and more main hand as well as flat lightning damage. Fine. Good to know. But this skill is definitely the one drastic difference between this ability and Force Wave. It requires a lot of mana to use. Perhaps on next level up I'll do like one here, and one into Mastery Bar. Because those are level 9 mobs, and from the upstairs I'll be fighting against level 6 from 8 if I'm not mistaken at the beginning. Right, reached my level 10. I cannot equip this, same thing with this. I mean I can, but not going to. So let's put, like I said, 1 point here, 1 point here, and 1 point into Mastery Bar. Oh, I see. Yep, I definitely was right. So it creates sort of a chain lightning effect when you attack them. And since I am not used to this character just yet, I'm going to try to, if not full clear, then clear most of the mobs as possible in the areas, just to get a hang of it and to see how well this lightning strike performs. This primal strike, excuse me. But just from the look of it, the only downside, well, two actually, but one of them would be mana hungry skill, mana hunger. It demands a lot more than Force Wave, and the other would be that this skill blocks actually does not ignores armor, such was with those undead guys. Alright, so boss actually he aggroed towards me, so this means that he will run straight to me. Let's kill him in this area rather than near those slits. Let's not stand in those seal. I am missing steel quite often, despite the fact that I was leveling those Mastery Bar points. Sadly, I got poisoned. Also, for anyone who is watching and still wonders why, like, what type of mod am I using also, I'm using, that allows me to highlight in that fashion my HP bar as well as enemies HP bar. I am using a mod called Grim Internals. The sole purpose of me using this mod is to see how much damage and what exact type of damage my character is getting hit by. But other functions include, like I was mentioning, highlighting HP bars, auto gathering the lore components, blueprints, rare items, and also teleporting you to desired areas, which will save you a lot of time, especially when you are trying to farm. So let's sell those stuff. I think I'll keep this belt until level, well, physique, cunning, I'll keep it. Let's check rifles quickly. Plus 16, not worth it that much. Plus 3, even worse. Alright, let's come back and continue on with those quests. Are those better than mine? Nope, not quite. This has already been restored and I have 2 points. So let's get back and complete this quest. Extra back, and then let's pick up yet another quest from John Bourbon.
Good, you're one of my. You follow the road.
Should I level this ability? I mean, this increases its mana cost, like straight increases mana cost. I think I'd rather put 2 points in this and 1 point into Mastery Power and continue to go as fast as possible towards Ultimate. And I mean, Ultimate, it's the exclusive skill in this game, which you can pick only one of. I do need to go here. Because by itself, judging from the way how things are dying, I'd rather have more AoE effect and damage and not increase it, and at the same time not increase mana cost of my ability that much just yet. Sadly, no cave in here, which means I need to go to the left. I need to kill this quest guy first, though. I do like how those chain lightnings get rid of those mobs that are standing near him. Level 14 helmet, fine. Helmet of the Wolf is definitely an improvement from mine, as well as this amulet, which I have picked up. So this one, and yep, that's it. So let's search for this cave. Yeah, this experience potion is definitely allowing you to gain good amount of experience even from level 6 monsters. So perhaps full clearing even earliest stages of earliest areas is not that bad. Also, he can be stunned. Once again, a good thing to know. Let's see. Necromancer's hide jacket. I believe for now it's better than mine. Yeah, having that good of a range actually allows me to hit this boss. Alright, he also can hit me. Never mind. I thought I was only the one who can hit him. Still running low on mana though, and missing from time to time. He actually ran back, which hurts him. Yep, I was right. Yep, let's put this thing on for now, and let's not touch this one. So, like I said, 2 more points and 1 into mastery bar. Just to have more free AoE damage without increasing mana cost of my skill. For now, sadly, I do not wear most of my green items. So this is why I am forced to pick up some yellow stuff. So since this cave is clear, let's clear the rest of this wildlife. Yeah, definitely see a great effect from this skill modifier. I cannot go through here. I should have went to the top. Let's open this thing up. Broadsword and Bulwark. Once again, guys, I will check how this character will, if he will be if he capable of self-founding the campaign areas, meaning normal difficulty with veteran included as well as elite difficulty, and only needs to farm on ultimate same as that knight, then I will go further with this character. Cause yes, if not, I'll pick any other character that is more beginner friendly. Alright, slits, hounds. Let's aggro everything due to my good AoE. Yeah, I believe when it comes to AoE effect, this skill will definitely outperform the capabilities of Force Wave. I mean, judging by the earliest stages of the game, that is. And this one, the thing that I'm doing right now, counted as a testing water slash relaxing leveling process, because I still do not know whether or not I am going to stick with this character, and relaxing just because nothing will here present great threat at this point in time. So I just wanted to switch with this unfortunate defeat from my level 100 Death Knight. And the thing was, I lost my character fully because I made a mistake. I shouldn't have trusted on Mehnir's Will. Other than Ghoul, this was my only safety net if I was getting hit a lot, and I did. And when Mehnir's Will procced and Waldron decided to make things a little bit spicier, should have just ran from him and waited until I will get my full HP, rather than standing on one place. But like I said, I accept defeats and I move on from it. Alright, that was a huge attack speed reduction. I wasn't expected actually from this guy. So note to keep that 9 potions means 9 hours that I can have a experience boost, because each potion lasts 1 hour. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it's way easier to clear big groups of mounts with Primal Strike rather than Force Wave. I mean, that are big groups, but spread widely, let's just say. Not packed together, because basically those are the same thing, but spread widely. Once more, 2 things here. Oh, I have actually 3 skill points. I haven't even checked that I didn't level up them. Perhaps... Actually, I want more AoE, so let's do once more 2 things here and into Mastery Bar. Alright, those bandits are not standing any chance. Let's equip those boots, even though they are not giving that much of a desirable damage outcome. They are still green ones. I actually should have let them go. I clicked accidentally on the wrong dialogue option. I got something green as well. Alright, now we're talking, so let's equip this as well. Let's use it. So on level 14 I can equip this belt as well as this blue helmet. And actually, while doing this sort of calm leveling process and testing the water, I'll use this opportunity for all of those who has just tuned in to say hi and welcome, whether you had watched my previous video on demands, or my YouTube videos, my playthrough, or tips and tricks for Grim Dawn. Nonetheless, you are welcome. My name is Alexander, also known as Andrzejewicz. and I am playing a game called Grim Dawn on hardcore difficulty. What has happened a bit recently is that by testing new devotion setup for my Death Knight, more damaging one, I unfortunately, because of my mistake, lost my level 100 Death Knight. So, not because I was farming, just because on my farming route I decided to face tank a bit with more damaging setup. Valdran, which was a boss of Ethereal faction. And thing that happened is he procced my Mehnir's Will. And after it he crit me for I believe almost from 8 to 9000 HP. So yeah, on to another character. I will still, despite all of this, I will still be making a video discussing the changes that I have encountered on ultimate difficulty and elite when compared to normal difficulty. It's just that on ultimate difficulty I had completed the main campaign, I haven't completed the DLC areas. So I will be mostly talking about main campaign. And like I said, I lost my character just because my own mistake. I was proven again and again that having a low amount of save devotion points on hardcore especially is not an option. When I tried to utilize this more damaging devotion setup, yes, it worked. Do not get me wrong, it worked. My damage increased like 20 to 30%. But when it comes to Nemesis bosses, because they are so tanky and they are capable of dealing such huge amount of damage, throwing those extra layer of defense in favor of offense is not the best choice. From my opinion. It's a subjective opinion, but still an opinion nonetheless. But like I said, it was my mistake. And when it comes to this character, I am testing the water. This is a shaman, and I had decided to level with the primal strike. I just wanted to see how efficient he will be, like in general, and also if he is able to do the normal and elite campaign with all of the DLCs just via self-found method gear, like my Dead Knight used to do it. So if he is for sure if he is for sure able to do this stuff, then I will switch to shaman. I do not know yet with what character I will combine him with. Perhaps with soldier, to be honest, because I like the soldier overall tankiness skills as well as damage output. And if he's capable of clearing everything with self-found method, then by no means I'll do this. And once again on hardcore. When it comes to immediate difference between Primal Strike that I have spotted and Force Wave, I already can tell you that Force Wave of Primal Strike removing more, destroying monsters more easier even when they are spread widely one from another than Force Wave. Alright, he's lightning, so despite the fact that he's in lightning, literally he still takes a lot of damage from my skill. The drawback of using Primal Strike is the fact that, first of all, those monsters with the shield, I have assumed that those monsters with the shield actually have the capability to block some of your damage from Primal Strike. That's one thing. And the other thing is the skill is... this skill is very mana hungry, rather when compared to Force Wave. Electricity. I got something with the... No, this is Vitality. Let's equip this one. Damage to Ether. Alright, fine, I'll equip this one as well. Green, do not have... Oh, alright, I actually need to put this belt on instead of mine. And what about... Yep, I'll definitely equip this ring in favor of my previous one. I haven't picked up those slit necklaces yet, so I need to gather them. And also I am planning to utilize two-handed ranged weapon rather than melee weapon, simply because I am used to kiting with the Force Wave, so I'd rather not play with the auto attack in mind. I mean, with the close ranged playstyle in mind. Yep, there goes my auto attack speed. I also need to check whether or not Primal Strike is dependent on attack speed or on casting speed more. And I believe I needed to move and kill things a little bit faster just because my experience potions are running out. Well, got 32 minutes left more, but nonetheless. Also, I forgot to mention that if you are a complete beginner and you have wanted to know about some of the nuances that I have gathered, collected, and discussed in my tips and tricks videos, such as boss's deadliest attacks, as well as what types of resistances you need to be working on at the certain stages of the game, you can do it by clicking my tips and tricks videos on my YouTube channel. Same thing goes for other parts of my playthrough, that night playthrough. They are uploaded, and they are going to be uploaded still, including this one with the death of my Death Knight on YouTube channel, as well as on Twitch video on demand section, so you can check them out at your own leisure. If you have any questions on your mind concerning game, as well as some character aspects, feel free to ask them. I'll do my best to answer them. Alright, let's click on you. And I need to find his hidden stash. So my initial assumption was right by leveling this thing. Oh, this thing actually adds mana cost. So by leveling this thing instead of its main skill, it gives me more damage and AoE capabilities, and it's not increasing my mana cost at all. This is definitely a great AoE skill. Well, if not mainly AoE skill, but still, I believe it outperforms Force Wave when it comes to clearing groups of monsters more quickly. I still haven't gathered these slit necklaces. Perhaps from them? Let's see. Alright, there's one, I need one more. And sadly my inventory is full. Fine. So I do need to get back in town, and also perhaps I will be able to level up from this one quest or not. Sell those stuff for now. Let's check whether or not I got a better rifle. Not now. And I'll go into this cave just for the capability of activating this devotion shrine. Alright, an elite. Let's see. Leveled from him. That's good to know. Also, one more, so 2 more points in here. Continue to level mastery bar. They die kinda fast if you ask me. Even despite the fact that I haven't leveled up that much initial primal strike. I believe I got a better, yep, armor. Bleeding damage, that's not the one type of damage that I'm looking for. Yeah, the fact that this lightning initial or secondary can stun those razorback is also good in my opinion, good to know. Let's click on this. Amulet of the Eye. I am doing not physical damage, but lightning damage, so I will be looking forward to those and looking for those items. This is lightning damage. Sadly, it also has physical damage converted, acid and poison on it, so this is why it's not that good. For now, I definitely say it's worth to try to level up this character. You also have a storm totem. Interesting. I wonder how the storm totem will perform by itself. I mean, judging by the name, it's another lightning ability, so perhaps it is also worth it to pick and level. So I do need to go down here and clear those areas up as well, because of my experience potion. Oh, slit necklace. I forgot completely about this quest already. I think I can safely go and complete it. Yep, got 4. I already got 4, so one more than needed. Does this helmet give cunning? No, but it's still better when it comes to resistances. Picking some of those stuff off just to fill up my HP potion slots as well as energy potion slots. My devotion setup for now, I haven't looked that much from devotion tree, but it will be if should I stick with this character and level him up. My devotion setup, at least from the first couple of constellations, will look similar to Death Knight, which is Ghoul, Eel, something that gives green constellations points, and Kraken for sure. I have checked that there are constellations such as Solzoa that gives you lightning damage. So I assume you need to work in this direction. And I believe it's now a time to turn off this yellow item filter.
Come see what's left of my wares.
After I'll sell this stuff. Let's turn them off and then continue with the quests. I have used already those mandates that I have bought from Dead Knight character, as well as my experience potion, one of them at least. I'll see how things will go, and if everything goes well, I'll stick with this character and will level him up. Alright. You might also want to ask why am I clearing fully those areas. It's because I have a good experience points. I receive a good experience points from those monsters because of my potion of clarity. So perhaps it's still worth it to do it, despite the fact that monsters right now are on 3 levels behind me. Those areas I have cleared. So I'll need to go here. Only a couple of docks, not that big of a deal, so I need to go instead to the right now. Perhaps I just could have leveled up once this thing, but the problem is, like I said, the drawback of increasing my primal strike in general, like the first ability, is its mana cost. It's so mana hungry skill, judging by my first initial impression. So yeah, let's do this instead and continue moving towards Storm Surge. So 2 points here, 1 into Mastery Bar and towards Storm Surge. Click on those guys. And also, if you want to ask about my opinion in general when it comes to... You want to know my opinion in general when it comes to ultimate difficulty, as well as elite. Most of the stuff when it comes to ultimate difficulty that worked for you on elite, I'm not talking right now about normal, on elite, will not work practically 90% at the time on ultimate difficulty. And I am not talking about just resistances, defensive abilities, offensive ability, and so on and so forth. I am talking about that some of the attacks from even regular monsters on ultimate difficulty hitting you so hard that unless you'll have good microcontrol or full immunity from damage, even your damage absorption will not be enough, believe it or not. I have 2 damage absorption spells, such as, or reduction, such as Warcry as well as Mark of Torment. And against some of the foes, it wasn't still enough. When it comes to defensive ability and my resistances, they were overcapped, and my defensive ability were at 3k, closer to 3k mark. I can give you a perspective. So, for example, the monster that you encounter in the Bastion of Chaos territory, the one that throws you those pools, if you stand on them on ultimate difficulty, you will get just destroyed just from on one of them. The same thing happened on elite, but only if you stand on multiples of those pools. Multiple of those pools. And that's just one example. The other example would be like bosses and elite attacks by themselves. You are getting used to one, let's just say, combat speed, and on ultimate difficulty, bosses are using spells in a very fast fashion. They practically has low cooldown on them, and you can see it if you will get to ultimate eventually. You can see it by your own eyes. Even the lower level bosses, campaign bosses, such as Darius Crownless, Creek, so on and so forth, they have increased I have increased casting speed. I believe I haven't visited this cave yet, so it's a good opportunity to go there. Let's pick this journeyman pack. So I'll go straight up from this cave, from the entrance, just for the boss fight, as well as clicking on the, yep, boss already aggro towards me. Interesting. Let's kill the evocator guys, those scavengers, and move from this Frost Nova, or excuse me, Blizzard that he created. Yeah, like I say, one drawback from the skill is mana hungry. Or better to say it, mana consumption. Sadly, no greens around here. So instead, let's open those up. When it comes to just leveling process of this new character, the thing is that I do not familiar yet whether or not you are supposed to kill everything with the potion of clarity when the potion of clarity is on. Just by looking at my experience bar, even from those monsters that are level 4 and level 3 for 3 or 4 levels lower than your character, you are still receiving experience from them. So this is why I am inclined to clear most of those areas up. Although the slow effect was very dramatic, over dramatic to be honest. It almost felt like a time itself has slowed down. So let's go further on. On the next level, same thing. Perhaps 2 here and 1 into mastery bar. And I am using a rifle in hand just because I am used to kite with the force wave skill that is still considered by me a range casting ability. And from my experience playing this game up till ultimate and including whole ultimate campaign as well as its bosses, I'd rather not play someone with the close range abilities. That's the better way to put it. I just got used to at this point kiting enemies as well as doing hit and run stuff. So for me it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to switch to melee characters. So far things are looking good. Although my clarity potion is about to, well, 11 minutes left, so let's do 2 more here and 1 here. I'll check the upwards areas. So far, if you wanna ask me, I wouldn't mind to level this character up to level 100 on hardcore. It's just I need to check whether or not he is reliant on a specific item specific item drop when it comes to ultimate difficulty, or he can obtain his items for ultimate difficulty the same way my Dead Knight character could, just by target farming specific areas. Alright, let's go to the left now. And clear those areas that are being left uncharted for now. I have picked up those green pants and haven't even looked at them, that I can wear them already. So the only thing that isn't green is my armor. So let's continue to go further. I mean, the only way I can try the auto attack guys is, I mean, close quarter combat, let's put it this way. If I am going to be playing on softcore, and I do not intend to just now play on softcore, don't get me wrong, I do not have anything against softcore players or hardcore. You do what you or play at what difficulty you have decided to play. It's just that for this game I decided to focus more on hardcore content. So this is why I need to gather as much experience as possible, present as much information as possible to viewers, inform them about some stuff. And most of the things that are relevant on hardcore is still relevant on hardcore, in softcore, in my opinion. It's just that lacking of the safety net of multiple lives on hardcore forces you to play in a bit safer fashion, let's just say. All right. Let's equip this one, and lightning electrocute, yep. Types of damage that I'm looking forward to. pick up most. And I should have put 1 point into my Ghoul constellation before engaging the fight against this guy. I actually had to, haven't even realized this. I got 11 free points. I am looking forward to pick up a better rifle, so this is why I'm saving those points for now and not spending them. Picking up those items, let's see. Picking this quest up as well. This area is actually going to be pretty good when it comes to clearing those stuff, because those chain lightning will hurt them a lot and fast, even by standing away from them. Even by standing away in the distance from them. I'll check cultists as well, because there is some chance that you will have your key that unlocks their desecrated sanctum or whatever this area called. This area also has the opportunity to spawn against you to create against you some elite. Alright, let's open this chest up. And what do we have? 2 additional points. I can actually just rush straight to it, like 2 here and 1 here. And then go on the next level, like 1 here, 1 here, and continue to level up mastery bar. Because for Ghoul, I have already, I assume yeah, this McDragon pack, let me double check. It can be activated, I mean attached to Ghoulish Hunger. Yep, it can. Good to know. Alright, so this is locked, I need to turn back. This thing just increases mana cost, so that's one sad thing to see. What does this do? Right, resistances. Pierce and Ether resistance, good. The thing about the first difficulty, most efficient way from my experience to clear it is, and also to level up, is to pick up your main offensive skill and level it to its respective soft cap, and from there you just rush until your exclusive skill. Only after you have picked up your exclusive skill, you then switch to whatever skills you want to, whatever the skills you want to invest on later. Oh, so they are dying also from some form of a debuff, damage over time attack. Yep, so clearing big groups of monsters is definitely not a problem for a Primal Strike user. My mana has run low, so sadly I need to use my mana pot. Yep, the initial AoE effect is way greater than Force Wave, that's for sure. And also you see my damage output despite having the lackluster weapon in hand. I mean, level 8. So cleared those guys as well. Let's move on to the next. So far things are looking more than good. Sadly my Potion of Clarity has ran out. I think I'll pop another one. Because I like having the experience even from those mobs that are lower level than you. As you just see right there, how many mobs I have killed and how much experience I have gathered. A lot of witch doctors, 3 to be honest, so this is why I wasn't killing those grobbles, this group of grobbles that fast enough. So one here, and then one into mastery bar. So let's this time go finally into this cave. Which will grant us the devotion point, so that I can finally level Ghoul Constellation. And from this side, anyone? An elite, as well as regular reanimators, and Ether Crystal that I cannot destroy yet. Alright, I can. Yeah, when it comes to single target damage, they are more or less the same, but when it comes to AoE, for now, I can safely say that the Primal Strike overcomes Force Wave. So I need to go down and click on this Unrestored Shrine. Let's click on it. Oh, and the one thing that I should mention. So remember when I complained a bit about how much items, what's the better way to put it? How much do we need in terms of materials? Especially low level materials when it comes to crafting those high level resistance components and relics, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. The thing is that it was a mistake from my part as well to restore those shrines on Elite and Ultimate difficulty by using those components, which in my opinion should be left untouched until Ultimate difficulty, because there you need a lot of them to craft your high level stuff. I was telling you, if you are one of those who has watched my previous Death Knight streams, I was telling you like I will restore those shrines despite the fact that I already had at this point full devotion setup. I was saying like I will restore those shrines just for the opportunity to pick up some more items from there or fight an elite here or there. Yeah, that's all fine and all, but the problem is by restoring it requires from your side to have those shards or Chthonic Seals of Binding, so on and so forth, so or crafting some of those components with either shards or Seals of Binding. So this is why it's I believe it was a mistake to do it, to be honest. Because you will get your full 55 devotion points if you decide to go through the main campaign as well as DLCs. You will have your full 55 devotion points on earlier stages of Elite. So you can just left untouched those other unrestored devotions on Elite or on Ultimate. It will save you a lot of time when it comes to crafting high level stuff, trust me, for sure, especially mythical relics or level 90. Also, when it comes to, like I said, several drawbacks of this Primal Strike, very high mana consumption, or usage, however you want to put it, and the inability to, well, not inability, it does not pierce through target's armor like internal trauma. Meaning that those guys with shields will actually absorb good enough of damage should they have the block effect on them. But with every drawbacks comes advantages. And like I said, one of them is the great AoE effect. Oh, this would be interesting. He's also an electric guy. I just need to get rid of the guys behind him. Sadly, I cannot run past by him because of those clan warriors that are blocking my way. I still cannot do it. Fine, I'll take him down on this bridge. Yeah, my Primal Strike does not doing that much damage against him. Why? Because he's electric, which by default I assume means that he has a lot of damage, a lot of resistance towards your lightning / electricity. This is a better weapon, but it requires more cunning. Let me level up the missing cunning. So how much? 197. Let's equip it. And leveled up once more, so yeah, same thing, like 2 things here, 1 thing here. I am in general rushing for the exclusive skill. I think I'll do the same what I have done on the soldier / necromancer, which was my previous Death Knight. And there I have picked Force Wave and only picked Field of Command just to attach to it Ghoulish Hunger. And from there I just rushed for Oleron's Rage. Oh, I completely forgot that I need to get some quests back in to quest givers. I was so used to killing those mobs with good AoE and receiving that high experience from them that I forgot that I need to go back in town. Have I picked this lore node? I assume somewhere around here there should be a lore node that I can collect. Oh, I believe it's higher up. Yep, in this house instead. Pick the lore node up and let's kill 2 elites from the left. And only after this I'll go to the town. The second one hasn't aggroed. Alright, first one is dead. Let's fight against second one. And second one dead as well. Yeah, you see like the difference between good up to level weapon and mine. 4 to primal strike. I still want to go with the ranged weapon in mind rather than melee weapon. But 881 damage. I do need to check whether or not they have something similar in town. Let's go on to the Devil's Crossing and turn back some quests. Right, quest number 1. Already friendly with them. Then those 2. And I believe I need to pick up this quest as well. Yep. Pick those stuff up. Those bottles can go here for now. Same thing goes for the slit necklace. It needed to stay here. It needs to stay here. And I'll check whether or not they have something good when it comes to weapons. Because missing out on almost 900 damage is, even to me, not a very good thing. Alright, so I forgot to put those crabs in. 131 instead. Physical damage, attack speed, and cadence. I'm not interested in cadence. 96, 21, 25, 121, 131 is the best thing that they can offer, 131 instead of 900. Like in general, do ranged weapons perform worse when it comes to damage than melee weapons? 92. Piercing attack speed. 128 physical damage and attack speed. Interesting. I'll still pick this up for now. And sell this one. Because 900 damage is no joke in my opinion. So let's go on. Continue onto the smoldering fields. Open this stash and this one as well. I will keep my shoulders instead of those new ones that I have collected. And I also use this opportunity for all of those who has just tuned in recently or watched my stream from the beginning, or other of my YouTube videos / video on demands, or in general are watching Grim Dawn content. Nonetheless, I want to say hi and welcome. My name is Alexander, also known as Andrievitz, and I'm playing a game called Grim Dawn on hardcore difficulty, with veteran included. And in case you're wondering why in my description it's said like he's playing a Dead Knight and he's running with Shaman. Well, in the middle of my stream my Dead Knight had passed away because of my mistake of trying to test new constellation setup at the same time when fighting against Ethereal Nemesis. So this is why I'm trying to pick up more than one attack constellation, especially in hardcore, in my opinion, I'll highlight this once more, is bad in general. And considering all of this, I decided to try out a Shaman to see whether or not how things will go with the Primal Strike. Actually, don't know whether or not I'm supposed to fight this guy on this difficulty. No, perhaps it's a bad idea. Because he hits a ton and he debuffs at the same time, yep. With ranged weapon, I will be able to... Actually, let's see. I miss. Got stunned. Got debuffed. Got debuffed again. Because to be honest, I do not... To be honest, I do not believe that on normal difficulty I need to fight this guy. So, moving on. And if, well, so far I do like Primal Strike as a whole. I do not yet know if I'm going to stick fully with this character or I'll switch to other one, but nonetheless I'll still going to be playing on hardcore difficulty. And also I do not know if I will be utilizing a melee weapon or ranged one. This is still up to debate at this point. The critical choice for me, whether or not I will be able to play Shaman efficiently, would be not the fact that I am worried mostly about ranged or melee weapon. No, it's the fact that whether or not he is capable of clearing content, and I mean clearing with the side quest and main quest on normal and elite, just by self-found gear. And does he require to have... Does he rely on target farming for ultimate or on world drop for ultimate? Does his gear relies more on world drop or on target farming? So this is the critical choices which I will be looking for, researching for, just to figure out whether or not I should level him further or switch to other more beginner friendly character. Right, let's see. Because to be honest, if it will turn out that for ultimate difficulty he requires something like... I don't know what's better way to put it, like rare Belgothian armor. I mean with the same rarity, then I'll not be leveling him up until ultimate. So you can say I'm just testing the waters for now. Also, if you are a beginner and you would like to know more about this game, mainly some specific nuances when it comes to bosses' deadliest attacks, as well as what type of resistances you need to be looking for at certain stages of the game, and vice versa, what you can neglect. I have created an edited video called Grim Dawn Tips and Tricks, which you can check out on my YouTube channel at your own leisure later on. This information is viable for softcore and hardcore players alike, so do not miss out on the opportunity to do it if you are interested. Let's see, nothing here. Then I'll need to go clear those fields up. And also I will be releasing a video soon which will discuss the differences between ultimate and elite difficulty when compared to normal difficulty. And I will not mention such general... I will try not to mention such general things like, yeah, the monsters will have more HP and they will hurt you more than on normal difficulty. No, I will purposely not going to mention this, perhaps only in the beginning. Instead, I'll mention some specific nuances, such as differences in casting speed of some of the abilities, differences overall in terms of resistances, as well as your gameplay that needs to change when it comes to ultimate difficulty and elite as well, compared to normal, so on and so forth. So I will do it in the same fashion that I have done my previous video tips and tricks, where I have discussed those specific nuances which haven't been mentioned that much even by seasoned veterans who has like thousands of hours into this game. Alright, let's go into the cellar. And into the cellar, it usually can spawn an elite here or there. But by the usage of Clarity Potion, I am mostly interested right now in experience. Two more points and 1 point here. Also, in case you're wondering what highlights the damage output and coming DPS, as well as experience, level up, approximate time of leveling up, it is a mod that I'm using called Grim Dawn. One of its function is, like you see right here, it shows exactly the type of damage that my character is receiving, how much I am receiving, so that I can play around my stronger and weaker points a little bit better. The other function of this mod is auto-picking lore nodes, blueprints, components, and also this mod allows you to teleport to a certain location in case you are doing your farming session and whatnot. But the thing is that I have learned myself about the teleport not that long ago. So for me, I do not know how to properly use this function. I just know it exists, so this is why I am telling you about this. By the way, have I put up the Ghoul? I haven't. I was wondering why haven't I see any pop-up that Ghoulish Hunger has reached level 2, so on and so forth. That's because I haven't attached it. I got hit by those undying ones. Acid elemental damage, some spirit, bonus to pets. Nothing that interesting. So let's head into the next cellar instead. Alright. I hope no materials are roaming around here, no? Because otherwise I would just waste the time running back and forward. Instead, let's go into the cellar. Honestly, using Primal Strike with melee weapon doesn't hurt that much, at least for now. How things will go later on, I do not know exactly. I am picking some green stuff, but not. They are not better than mine for now. And also, I will be discussing some of the Nemesis bosses that I have faced on Ultimate difficulty. And what are their strong and weak points are. I just faced 2. But still, I believe it's information. This information is important to elaborate on. So this is another subject for yet more things to discuss in this video that I will be releasing anytime soon. Right, those guys are destroyed. Let's see around here. Oh, so even if you miss initial primal strike hit, you're still hitting those monsters with your modifiers from Torrent, which is basically to me a chain lightning. Good to know. So I will go to the left. Yep, despite leveling my mastery bar, this skill is still, it feels so mana hungry when compared to Horse Wave, so I'm just not used to popping up those mana potions that early. I believe I will be doing this for a long time because I do not see how. Well, there are some constellations that can boost up my mana regen, as well as some skills from Shaman skill tree. But just initial impression, like I said, the skill is very mana hungry. Alright, I got hit by 3 hits from the boss, that's not good, and also there's an elite. And I got blocked by the boss also. Let's run a bit. My Ghoulish Hunger is not proccing, sadly. This is why I cannot heal. Well, I am forced to do this roaming around stuff a bit, since I do not want to get killed and lose yet another character on hardcore. Especially at this early stage, it will be hilarious. Yeah, those 3 initial hitting attacks hurt a lot. Especially those pulls. Come on, let's bait your attacks. Attacks baited, can wail a bit. And then you. Green ring, +2 to Mog Dragon's Pact. Instead of this, I assume. And yet another green. Oh, no, that's the one. No, that's actually the new one. Poison acid. I do not interest in this. So I am looking forward to those, looking for this stash that I can click on in this area. Yep, that's the thing. Interesting. Oh, a better armor. Nice. So let's head from this cave. Or layer in this instance. Right, so McDragon Pack is basically the first ability. Next one is called Heart of the Wild, and then Oak Skin. Got it. Yep, but this is the drawback of using melee weapon when compared to ranged one. I mean, getting into close quarter combat with monsters. Right, so this is one fabric. I need 2 more. Alright. Clear those stuff up. Some overseers, guys. And this one as well. Yeah, so I was talking about drawback of using melee weapon. I am mentioning the fact that if you are going into melee range, be prepared to not only, by the looks of it, take a hit here or there from melee guys, but also the fact that you do not have any sort of control against those ranged monsters that are shooting at you from afar. And by having control, I mean you do not have yet, I should add, either your ability to gain some distance with them and kill them, or you do not have your ability to clear them from a distance yourself. Interesting. They have aggro towards me, yet I cannot attack him. Right, now I can. Hitting 2 at a time, at the same time. Equip this one, and this one I'll keep. What about this? Mine is better. Fine. How much it will take? So it's 21 additional points. I can put 2 points here, so 2 more levels into here. And then I do not know about the Storm Totem, to be honest. Should I pick it up? I mean, it's an extra source of damage. Or should I just ignore it? If I am intent to level this character up the same form, the same way that I had leveled the soldier, I will just ignore the Storm Totem. At least for now. Alright, only now reached level 2 with Ghoulish Hunger. And passage to Devotion Shrine has been opened. Shrine has been restored. Alright, Ghoulish Hunger has been completed. Ghoul constellation. Now I think I'll move on to this one. It gives me regen, elemental damage, elemental resistance, and then heal finally to unlock Kraken constellation. I will not go into this cellar just yet. I need to check this house to the left. Alright, so now I can go into the cellar. One thing to note when it comes to your leveling process, like I said, I will try to... Should I keep this character and level him to level 100? I try to stick to the same strategy, means picking one offensive skill and after leveling it up to soft cap, rushing to exclusive skill, which in this case I assume it's this one. Because the other gives physical / internal trauma, basically the same as all around threat. From the type of damage that I have picked up, I assume I need lightning more. And this gives, yep, definitely lightning and electrocute. An elite. Already despised with ethereals. Got a better helmet by the looks of it. With the 5% experience gained. Let's equip it. It will work in conjunction with in combination with my Potion of Clarity. Let's clear those out of the way. This one. And like I usually do, I usually open up Warden Cellar Rift. And then clear the rest of the Burbage Estate area. Right here to the left and to the right, there's actually an opportunity for you to kill some mobs should they spawn. Got some journals there. And I'll definitely going to level up once more once I clear this house. And click on this chest as well. Alright, let's go further. And like I said, 2 points here, 1 into Mastery Bar. To be honest, when it comes to attribute points, I still like do not intend to touch them, at least for now, because I do not know will I be playing with the melee weapon or ranged. In case of ranged weapon, I do need to have my cunning. And leveling cunning by itself is giving you a lot of offensive ability, as well as chance to hit targets, chance to hit your monsters. So let's open this door up, clear those materials. Oh, I cannot kill them with one shot. I do need to level my initial skill. Let's go into the cellar. I wonder why door into the cellar is being called trapdoor. Just a fun fact, because I genuinely do not know why it's called trapdoor and not a door into cellar. Because you usually trap someone in there. Alright, my inventory is full, sadly, so I need to go and sell some stuff quickly if possible. Let's check those rifles. So, casting speed, physical internal trauma, lightning, cold, but minus 1000. What if I level to 205? Still minus 1000. And this one as well. What about you? Same deal. So let's go back to this dang cellar. Pick up the stuff and continue on. Try to stop those ethereals and beasts fighting each other if you can. Or in general, like, either other factions, because when they are killing each other, you do not receive any experience from them. Instead, you should dispatch them all by yourself. Alright, let's move them out of my way. Yeah, like you see, when this red is going to die, you do not receive anything. It's a good thing to keep in mind. Oh, and I forgot to return this fabric to this woman in the Devil's Crossing. The same thing goes with John Bourbon. I need to report to him. Let's go up this ladder. Alright, so Overmind, guys. So, good rule of thumb. Those whom you see are gathered in some form of one element or another is usually resilient to its elemental damage. So such as this eye, this flying eye who was covered in lightning around him. Yeah, the sad thing about those Ember Guards is they are slowing your attack speed and casting speed and movement speed. Actually, I need to go to the Hallowed Hill to get some bonus experience from there while my Potion of Clarity is running. Let's see. Yeah, the initial AoE... Well, the thing is, with the Force Wave, and I assume with Eternal Trauma type in mind, you have to stack damage up a bit from the beginning. Unlike Primal Strike, which hits hard right from the first attack. So let's continue here. Then go into this door. And finally up the ladder. Alright, I'll change it with this helmet, since it gives the damage type that I'm looking for, and a bunch of resistances.